I love the art style here. Holy shit. It's beautiful. Oh shit. It's this Dorohedoro again. I love this. This is so fun. This is so sad. Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be checking out more 2020's anime, but this time we will be checking out endings. So I've checked out plenty of anime openings for the 2020s on the channel before. The playlist for the mystery decade reactions will be at the end of this video, and it will be in the description below. But today we're going to be checking out endings, which is something I haven't really checked out in the channel before. I've checked out a few different series endings, but not really a whole lot. So this is going to be very fun, very interesting, because, you know, typically endings and openings have very different kind of dynamics. You know, the openings are one way, whereas endings are kind of like slower for the most part, and they kind of play into, you know, bringing you back, I guess, to reality, I guess, after checking out an episode. So it'll be really fun and interesting to check these out. I have no idea what's coming today. I think there will be 14 or 15 total, and there are going to be mostly, I think, series endings that we've checked out openings for already on the channel. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please leave a like, subscribe and comment. Let me know what you'd like to see next from me. We passed 500 subscribers just the other day, which is insane. It was a huge milestone, and you guys are absolutely killing it. We've already passed 560 subscribers just in the span of like 2 days. So that's 60 in 2 days, which I can't even begin to comprehend just how fast that kind of grew. So, you know, you guys are amazing. We are going to jump straight into this video. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I will see you on the other end. If we're ready, I think we should just immediately jump into the first ending. I almost said opening. I'm used to saying opening. First ending for this video. I have no idea what it's going to be, but it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So let's go. I have no idea what this could be, actually. This is fun. Oh, I love the effects of the doors, though. Like, they're all different. This is going pretty hard. 3, 2, 1. This is... I love the vibe of this. Fade away. Oh shit, now we're cutting to actual real imagery. With light still coming through. Is that a bird? Back to doors. Bomb, it goes off, baby. I think we're seeing some of the same doors now. Yeah, same doors that we saw before. I love their voices. Their voices are so good. Oh shit, who was that? Is this Dorohedoro? It is Dorohedoro. I would never have guessed. I honestly never would have guessed this was Dorohedoro. I think if I was to guess which anime ending this would have been, it would have been for, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the Studio Pierrot one. This is the ending for Dorohedoro. Who Am I by No Name also did the opening. That's fun. I like it when, well, that's actually double duty. You don't often see double duty for openings and endings, right? It's not very often, I feel like, that you see the opening and ending performed by the same person. But this one had a completely different vibe to it. The opening, I remember, being very fun and very chaotic, whereas this one was more controlled. You know, it had a rhythmic beat kind of running throughout, and the intense synths, I guess you would call it, where it's going like it was repeating throughout, and it sounded very intense. I thought it was a very fun ending in the sense that it was following a pattern. It was following a theme of, you know, opening all these doors, and then the lyrics kind of representing the name of the song, where it's like, who am I, where it's, you know, you hear who am I several times throughout the song. Let me see, dress yourself, fall up, lose yourself in endless maze, but don't worry, justice is shaking. You know, it's all these kind of really chaotic lyrics that are kind of representing this theme of Who am I? What is happening? What is this? And I think that that's a very fun way to do this because you know, opening several doors. I don't know if that's a theme within the actual series itself, where, you know, they're going through these doors. These doors that we see in this ending, I assume, are probably doors that we see within the anime itself. But I don't know if doors are kind of like a symbol that are used to represent something within the series itself. But doors are often, you know, seen as a way to, like, a doorway to a new life almost. So, you know, I don't know if the question of who am I is being represented by these doors, where they're trying to figure out who they are, what's happening, and what their existence kind of, you know, is about, and why they are the way they are. That's kind of what I got from this ending. The real life imagery kind of really threw me off. I wasn't expecting it. You know, seeing like a just straight up bush and, you know, buildings in the background. It was, I'm not sure I'm not sure what to make of that, but it was definitely it's definitely a break from the monotony, I guess. Not that it felt monotonous, but it was kind of like this monotony of seeing the same sort of imagery over and over and over, just to kind of break that, but to still have the same thing where it's showing the light coming towards us from the roof. So it was definitely a very, very interesting ending. I'm not sure I have really much more to analyze from it. It didn't have a lot of imagery. Towards the end, you know, you see, so we open a door and a character runs through that door that we've just opened. We turn around to look at them, and then we whip around and see big lizard, big green lizard, who's looks like he's about to bite our head off. So I don't know if the skull character was running away from the lizard, but that's certainly what it looked like. Right at the end, you know, it's kind of like a jump scare. We're expecting it to be another door, but a character shows up and it's kind of like a whoa moment. And then as we're turning around to look at them disappear into the distance, we're whipped around and it's yet another jump scare, as, you know, we're attacked by big green lizard guy. So it was definitely very playful in that sense, and I thought it was very interesting. And the song itself was very great. I love the singer's voice. I couldn't tell if it was one or two different singers in this ending. It sounded like two at times, but that could have just been the same singer, you know, doubling over the track, I guess. So yeah, a very, very fun ending. But I think we are maybe ready to go to ending number 2. So we are now going to check out ending number 2, which I can see already this is going to be Zom 100. So that's going to be a fun one, because the opening we checked out for Zom 100 was an absolute blast. I love a good Canaboon banger, and they delivered absolutely with that opening. So this is going to be one that I'm really, really excited to check out. So let's just immediately dive right into this and see what we get. 100 things to do to avoid becoming a zombie. Oh, I love the style change. The characters look so fun in this series. I like their designs too. The pink spots, I'm guessing that's their weak spots. If Steve could see me now. So obsessed with death. The way they were the ones holding the death signs. The paint is so fun in this series. Oh shit. Oh! Now she's smiling. There's no hidden key or secret trick. None at all. Just live, laugh, love. Why does he just, any chance he gets, strip nude? Is that his gimmick? The paneling in this ending is very fun too. It's like they're singing to the song the way they're talking there. That's very fun. That was a really fun one. That was really, really cute as well. I did really like this ending. This was very, very cute. Very, very different, I would say, from the opening. It was different, but it also wasn't different, because it had that same feeling of, you know, friendship, camaraderie, and fun that the opening had. It started off, you know, especially with the visuals, very, very sad and very you know, I was feeling for the character. I was definitely feeling for her. She feels like she's the sort of character who maybe didn't belong, didn't fit in prior to everything that happened, this zombie outbreak. But now that it's happened, she's found this group of people who are fun, they're willing to live, and they're willing to, you know, just forget about the worries of the day and kind of just live life to the fullest and have fun and enjoy what they have, which I think is a really beautiful thing. It's definitely a very interesting take on the whole zombie apocalypse thing, where, you know, normally zombie apocalypse series are very much about survival, but this series seems like it's one about having fun and continuing to enjoy life, opposed to, you know, worrying about life and worrying about what comes next, worrying about what comes tomorrow, or worrying about just all that stuff. So I think it's a very fun, interesting take on the whole zombie genre, and I do really think that everything I've checked out for the series so far has been an absolute blast, and I reckon this is a very fun one to watch and to read even. This is the ending for Zom 100, Happiness of the End by Shiyui. Shiyui? It's a hard one to say really fast, actually. Happiness of the End is very, very fitting title for this track, because, you know, we did see that it was very prominent. It was very obvious that she wasn't exactly happy with her life, you know, and everything like that. But then we do see her become happy, and we see her open up and enjoy life, and I think it was very beautiful and very well done. I especially love the style change that we saw at the beginning. Like, she looks like she's doing an office job, very bored, very tired of life, and then she reads this sign, this Excel sheet that's got 100 things to do to avoid becoming a zombie. So, you know, she's very much got that mindset of survival. And then, you know, the style changes completely. We see the guy main character, we see the other characters, and they kind of bring this level of joy and fun to her life. I'm guessing that this pink dot that we see in these zombies' heads is kind of representing their weak spot, you know, the brain, where you attack them to kill them, I guess. And, you know, the paneling in this ending was so fun. You know, we have shots like these where I almost actually wish the steps were also the same black kind of darkness as the whole left side of the screen, so that it's kind of just her stepping up the frame with the pink background behind her. But everything is just so fun. We see so many different shots of imagery that are symbolic of her being held back, you know, like these whole darkness, like the whole frame is dark. She's mostly dark apart from her shoes, and I don't know what that is on her top. I think it might be her t-shirt. But, you know, there's a path with all this color leading to a door, and behind her is, you know, a different path with color, but it's, you know, it's the zombies kind of trying to hold her back from, you know, living a life. And she goes towards the door and has the color bursts into frame, and she's, you know, surrounded by all these fun characters then who you know, all have this, you know, we're going down, and they all have their playful poses. Apart from her, she's still kind of sad until she smiles very briefly right at the end there, and, you know, from then on she's smiling the entire ending. I think it's so fun, and I love it so much. This was a very, very, very fun ending, and I love the singer's voice. Singer's voice was very beautiful. It's one of those endings where the end of the episode kind of bleeds into it, so the part where 4x3 is the actual start of the ending. Okay, so that very beginning was actually part of the episode. Okay, well, that makes it even more fun, because it literally bleeds into the ending, and I love when series do that. Like, I'm talking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The way it always had the ending bleed into the episode itself was so fun. I think that the way they did that was so well done, because you could have told me that was part of the ending, and I would have believed you, because it made sense, and it was also fitting for the ending as well. The imagery that we actually saw, where it's showing her you know, looking very sad, very down in the dumps, and then going into this colorful kind of atmosphere, definitely worked, and it was very well done. And the singer and the instrumentation were so beautiful. I love the hopeful and joyous beat and sound that we had throughout this entire ending. It was so fun, and it made me feel so happy. I was smiling pretty much the entire time I was watching this, and this was such a fun ending. Zom 100, I do kind of want to know more about this. Is this a series that is good and worth checking out? Because everything I've seen so far from this has been an absolute blast and so fun. And yeah, that's kind of just like the vibe I get, where it's just like dumb fun. Like, let's just have fun. Like, why not? Why not just enjoy yourselves? That's the feeling I get from this series, and you know, that's something that a lot of series don't always have. So I think with that, I am now ready to check out ending number 3. Alright, so why don't we just immediately jump into this very next ending. I'm really intrigued because this has been such fun so far, so let's see what we get next. That's Dorohedoro again, right? This is very different from the first one, though we're still walking. First one, how does it say? Kind of walking the door. This is very fun. I love the game, like video gamey feel to this. Is that third one got a heart for a head? With a hammer? I love the girl, she looks so fun. Like, she's the only normal looking character. So are the last two that were behind them trying to chase after them? Because those two seem to stick together, and then there's always a space between the other two. More characters. What does the 9 mean? Zombies? Didn't know this was a zombie kind of series. Or maybe it's just a single arc. There's a lot of 9s in this. Wonder what that represents. And they go back through the same door. I think it's the same door. Oh, that was just a door that was out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, I just caught that. Okay, so doors probably are actually something that's important in this this anime, because it looks like the characters can kind of just go through a door. Like, they can have a door appear and just go through it and end up somewhere that maybe they shouldn't be able to get to. This is the second ending for Dorohedoro, Night Surfing by No Name. Again, back at it again with the triple duty. Holy shit. That's crazy. This was a very, very different ending, but at the same time, it kind of tell it was the same series as the first one, even without seeing the characters, the same as the first ending. Who Am I? Because this ending was, again, very much about just going in a straight line, if that makes sense. Sorry, I keep hitting the microphone. I don't know what the number 9 represents, but we see a lot of the number 9. Like, there's... Sorry, I'll mute while I go through. But the number 9's there on the right side. There's another shot here with a 9. Here, I think, coming up with a 9. There's another 9. So I don't know what that 9 is actually supposed to represent. But it's very, very interesting, and it's definitely got me intrigued. I love that the ending starts with kind of like the episode style, where it looks like it's kind of just, you know, the animation from an episode, I guess, showing the main I'm guessing this is the main character anyway, or at least one of the main characters, just walking in a straight line, you know, doing the kind of video gamey walk that we see them doing after this. But, you know, they're walking by themselves, and then they show up through a door. Obviously, there's nothing on the other side of that door, so this kind of door must act as a portal of some kind. And it's a different door from the one that they go through at the very end. I'm pretty sure it's the same location, because this graffiti is the same with this, like, face screaming something. I don't know what they're screaming, but you see it's the same face, the same posters, but a different door. So I'm not sure really how to interpret that, whether it's that the door here that we see leads to a different place when they go back through it, or if it's just that they're kind of pulling from a random door and the door isn't really important. It's just a door. I'm kind of curious now about this whole door business. I know Dorohedoro is definitely a series I need to check out. That was very fun. I think that the sound of the song as well was very, very fun. Like, let me hear it again. Like, it definitely sounds a lot more dancey than the other ending. It kind of matches that fun level of the first opening, though, I believe, where, you know, it's just all about, you know, having fun with chaos. But there's not as much chaos in this. It is very, you know, controlled, and it's got a rhythm throughout, and it kind of what we see kind of matches that. But the whole like video gamey feel is so fun. I think that the characters that we see out in front here, like these two, are probably our main characters, and they're kind of the characters we root for. And then these two that come through after are probably the bad guys, because one, this guy in front and the guy behind are covered in blood. The one in front is carrying a hammer, and the one behind him has a bag with something inside it. I don't know what it is, but I can't imagine it's good. So I'm thinking these are probably the bad guys. The whole, you know, following them, but there's a distance between them is very fun. Showing that they're kind of going through this really mechanical and very industrial looking area, and then cutting straight to them going through a maze. So the whole town must be like a maze, the whole city, whatever it is, must be like a maze to navigate through. And, you know, unless you're with someone, you'd never be able to find them, I guess. So that's kind of what this represents, where we see the two characters, you know, our main characters, I guess, following each other, and then the bad guys getting lost in the maze of this city as time goes by. But then they start to get followed by others, and then zombies show up. So I don't know what the zombies are kind of representing, if they're actually a key theme in this or what, but I don't remember seeing zombies in either the opening or the first ending, and if I did, I apologize for forgetting. But you know, it's so much fun. It's an absolute joy. The singers again are absolutely stunning. I love their voices, or voice singular. I'm not sure if it's one or two singers. And then, you know, the instrumentation was so fun again. And it just, like, the Dorohedoro opening and endings that I've checked out so far have just made me happy. They've made me smile. And I think this kind of contradicts the image I had for the series. I thought that this was kind of like a horror series. I thought that it was kind of more on that side of things, especially like the imagery I had seen for the series beforehand. But now I think this is kind of like a silly, goofy, wacky series that uses kind of like horror elements as a device, I guess, to further or to continue the story, to continue what they're trying to do. Okay, so apologies for the weird transition between endings 3 and 4. There was a lot of background noise you probably hear towards the end of my analysis of ending 3 for Dorohedoro. So, you know, I had to kind of stop stream then because there was just like too much background noise, and it lasted for a very long time. So we're back. Different day, and we are recording the rest of this, but this is going to be the rest from number 4 until number 14, I believe. But this video itself will be up to ending number 7. Let's just jump straight into this. This completely different tone from number 3. I like it though. Is this To Your Eternity perhaps? Feels like it could be. Oh, this is Undead Unluck again. Undead Unluck's very much surprised me with its opening and ending. I love the art style here, holy shit. It is beautiful. The opening had a similar art style, right? The imagery of, you know, death and sailing down the river. Very on the nose, of course. And then someone dressed in black. Ooh. Peace of Mind is mixed with sin. Ooh. She has a beautiful voice. Oh, who's this guy? This is a really beautiful ending, actually. Yet again, surprising me for Undead Unluck. This is not what I would have expected. The art style, the imagery, everything's just so beautifully done here. Holy shit. So this was the ending for Undead Unluck, No Me by Kairi Yagi. So yeah, immediately off the bat, we get this really, really shocking imagery, I guess, right off the bat of like someone dead in an open coffin going down a river in a little boat. But he's dressed all in white. There's flowers around him, which are beautiful. And then we see him awaken. So I don't know if Undead Unluck is kind of uses death as a metaphor for reawakening and stuff like that. Like I don't know if it's kind of played like that or if it's just played for laughs, the whole Undead thing. I don't know how that works. But this is seriously a beautiful, beautiful ending. Like both the song and the visuals as well. I almost didn't notice during the ending that there was like another person on the boat kind of paddling. I wonder if that's supposed to be representative of death, and this is supposed to be like the river Styx or whatever. Everything from these little moments here where it's showing nature, like the quiet moments, the moments of nature, the moments of beauty, like even they're not entirely like beautiful until I guess towards the end. It shows like the open skies. It shows this kind of chaos with all this imagery of like real life buildings, and then he reaches for someone, and then we see him under this cherry blossom, these cherry blossoms blooming with I guess the other co-main character for the series. So this was a very, very surprising ending yet again. I said that for the opening as well. What I always had in my head for Undead Unluck was this very goofy, silly show with a lot of action and a lot of moments that aren't exactly serious or played in a real goofy way. So seeing this played out in this really, really moving and really beautiful ending completely shocked me, because I'm guessing this is the same character. He just has his hair in a different way between these shots. Where is it? Like I'm just guessing his hair is different here, but it's the same character because the scar is the same. The blade, I guess, it's stuck in his or wedged into his skull is the same. This is absolutely beautiful. I can't express enough how beautiful the singer's voice was, how beautiful the music was in the background. It was very, very moving and very touching and very emotionally driven as well, which is again not what I would have expected from a series like this from an outside perspective. But absolutely, this is a very, very great ending. Both opening and ending were very emotionally driven, very slow, very kind of heartfelt. I couldn't think that word. I was like heart felt, but they're very heartfelt, and they're very very, very strong when it comes to showcasing characters and showcasing how they're feeling and what they're going through. It's probably got a lot of imagery I'm not exactly picking up on. Like, I don't know what these like star showers or whatever it's supposed to represent. I don't know if it's kind of like we use abilities and this is what our abilities look like sort of thing, but it's not giving us that context. It's kind of showing it out of frame. I'm guessing he dies maybe in this kind of construction accident, and there's this big steel wedge rammed into his skull, and he wakes up then, and I don't know, I couldn't figure that out, like why he's undead, why he's back from the dead, and what his purpose is, or what his goal is rather. But it definitely looked like he had this moment of, I'm going to continue living, and he did that through when he held hands with the female character that we saw on the boat. So I'm guessing that she was probably a love companion, love interest for him, and she wanted him to continue living because he had goals or purpose that wasn't fulfilled, and so that's why he came back, and that's why he's here, and she maybe isn't. That's my analysis or interpretation anyway of what I'm seeing. I think that this guy here, maybe it's a girl because of the long hair, I can't tell, they're probably some sort of, they might be the antagonist, or they're just they could be a companion, but it's showing the back of them because there's someone who maybe isn't exactly a friend at the beginning of the series. Oh, that's a woman. Okay. I'm guessing that this is probably some sort of antagonist, or like I said, it's someone who at least initially off the bat, comes off a little off, and we get to meet them and we get to become companions or friends with them. That's kind of what I'm guessing happens there. But yeah, this was a really, really, really great ending. Very, very emotional. Very not what I expected, but I do think I'm ready to move on to ending number 5. We should just move straight on to ending. I'm so close to saying opening every time. Ending number 5. Number 5. Here we go. No matter when. Para para Peru. What is this? Let me turn it up. Oh shit! Is this Dorohedoro again? This is so silly. I love this. This is so fun. Just having it be very doom. I wonder what the deal with the mushroom is. Beautifully twisted in every way. Yeah, I can imagine. Mushrooms. Just run away. Too many enemies. Mind and magic. Oh shit, we're almost dead. 52%. Run. What's the deal with the mushrooms? Do popa ripo pe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this one. This one was very, very silly. This is the third ending for Dorohedoro, D.D.D.D by No Name. Shit, really? They did a third ending? Oh my god. They did the opening and all 3 endings. I'm gonna just guess right now that No Name has done an ending for every episode of Dorohedoro, because as far as I knew, Dorohedoro was only like a 12 episode season. So if I've seen 3 endings so far for Dorohedoro, I'm gonna guess that there's 6 total endings for this series. Okay, I was gonna say, is there like an ending for every episode of this season? This was a ride. This was a trip for sure. You could say this was an absolute trip. So Dorohedoro, I know nothing about this series. This series has very, very much surprised me every step along the way for every opening, every ending that I've checked out. Like, you know, we get this initial imagery of this little mushroom kind of bouncing around, and it's styled very like 60s. I want to say like 60s Western animation kind of style, like that kind of illustrative style. Like I'm thinking like a really old like 60s Western animated movie or something. I don't know why it's giving me that vibe. I don't exactly have anything in my head, but that's what I'm seeing when I see this. This is the last Dorohedoro one on this list, okay? Because the rest is spoilers, and you don't want it to take up half the set. Fair enough. I appreciate it, and Dorohedoro is a series I want to check out. So this is definitely these endings that I've checked out so far have definitely piqued my interest for sure. Like, I genuinely don't know where to start with this ending, because there wasn't exactly a whole lot to analyze. You know, it's a bunch of like mushrooms. I'm guessing they're hallucinogen mushrooms that you know, make a character see stuff, because you know, we start to see them all appear, and then the character with the red hair, I don't think we saw him in a previous ending so far, or the opening. He might have shown up in the opening, but I don't remember seeing him. He's walking around holding this mushroom, like clinging it for dear life, using it like it's a weapon. So I don't know if it's kind of like in Dorohedoro, they kind of have this weapon or this item that they can kind of turn into some sort of weapon. I don't know. Or if it's more so that the mushroom is kind of, you know, representing that this guy kind of like what's his name? I can't remember his name, but there's a character in Vinland Saga. He eats the mushrooms and then goes berserker Like he literally like is a berserker Viking. So I wonder if that's kind of the same thing here, where he eats the mushrooms, kind of like a play on the whole Mario thing, where he eats mushrooms and then powers up. Bjorn, yes, Bjorn. Okay, yes, that's perfect. Thank you. Where he like it's kind of like mimicking and mocking the whole Mario thing by showcasing this through a video game kind of ending where he eats mushrooms and then he powers up, and that's why he's like so strong. Watching the series weekly and then just seeing them just randomly have a Doom mod for an ending halfway through was wild. Yeah, I can imagine. The ending itself was a blast. Like seeing, like you said, like a Doom mod. I don't know where the idea came from this, because like we saw in the second ending as well, it was kind of video gamey where they're walking very, very silly, and then we get like a top-down view of like them going around a maze, and then they're back to walking silly. And I did make a comment that it was reminding me of like some sort of video game, and this one obviously is Doom. Like this one is obviously imitating Doom. I don't know if they legitimately made a Doom mod for this or if they animated it this way, but either way, this is so impressive and so fun. And you know, it's yet again making me wonder why I haven't checked out Dorohedoro yet. Like it's a series that I really do want to check out, because I want to check out Dorohedoro, and I would like to check out Die Dark. I don't know the mangaka's name, but you know, I am very much a fan of the few things I've seen with their art. Like their art style is so unique and so interesting and so fun, and I just want to Kihei Shida, okay, yeah, her art style is phenomenal, and I just really want to experience that through reading it. So you know, I would also like to obviously watch Dorohedoro. Maybe I would watch Dorohedoro and then start reading it, but I do prefer normally to read something and then watch it. Maybe I'll eventually finally check out Dorohedoro, because it's a series that I've had on my to read list for a very long time. I do have volume 1. I just haven't got round to reading it yet. Absolute fun ending. The song itself was very much very matched, you know, kind of the same rhythmic beat, not like in a literal sense it's the same, but kind of reminded me of the first ending, I guess, for Dorohedoro, where it's got this like kind of thumpy sort of beat. I don't think you could exactly call it Jersey style. Let me listen to it again. Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it like a Jersey style beat, but it has this like techno feel to it, and it sounds like you would almost hear this at a club. but it was so fun. Again, I don't know if No Name is one singer or two, because you know the singer or singers, you know, they counter each other, and there's one harmonizing and one singing. And if she's doing that herself with her voice, like both ways, that's so impressive. And I think that the music in every ending and the opening for the series have been so fun, and I would really just love to hear the rest. It's a shame that I won't be checking the rest out for these endings today, because you know, I've been told that they are spoilers, but this was so fun, and I do really want to know more about the series, because this is a very fun one, and it seems like a blast, and I'm sure that nobody has anything bad to say about the series, and I'm so happy for people that have been waiting for season 2 of Dorohedoro, because you know, it was announced that Dorohedoro will be returning for season 2, and you know, you guys, I hope that you enjoy it, and you know, hopefully maybe by then I'll be on board with the series and I'll be checking it out, and you know, that would be a lot of fun. I just now noticed as well the face in the bottom, like it changes, like you know, kind of like in Doom when you know they're attacking and stuff like that. So that's fun, and that's a nice little attention to detail. And I think at one point they're looking off to the sides, they're looking around. So yeah, that was definitely a lot of fun, and this was a great ending. So Dorohedoro has had nothing but absolute bangers for sure. I don't know what this is, but immediately I really like this kind of art style, because it's the kind of style it's reminding me of like a children's book, like that kind of illustrative style with the tree in the bottom right. It looks like it would be straight out of a children's book. So I'm gonna enjoy this one, because I feel like it's gonna be a very visually artistic one. If we're ready, let us check out ending number 6 for this video. Don't leave me all on my own. Ranking of Kings. I think, right? Oh, yeah, it definitely is. Oh, the singer's voice is so beautiful here. Oh, this art style is so cute. It is like a children's book. Oh, I love this so much. Lonesome little me. Oh my god. As it shows a, like, stunning skybox. This is so sad. This is really touching. Please don't call it loneliness. Aw. If you're feeling vulnerable. Aw, the lyrics. These two look so adorable together. Like, I thought this little shadow guy would be a little mean. But he just looks like a little lonely guy. All your weakness. I won't let you feel alone. Damn, that was stunning. Holy shit. This is the first ending for Ranking of Kings, Oz by Yama, who did Spy Family ending too. Oh, okay, that's I would never have remembered that, but I am familiar with ending 2. Where do I begin with this? First of all, the art style being completely different from the two openings that I checked out was, I guess, surprising, but at the same time not, because you know, endings tend to kind of have this different art style at times if they want to. The singer's voice immediately just grabs you and puts you in this kind of state that's like, oh shit, okay, this is sad. Like, I was just feeling very, like, touched and moved the entire ending, especially, like, having the lyrics on screen. The lyrics on screen definitely showed that these two characters obviously have this very unique bond in that they both belong with one another, in the sense that they both feel like outcasts, I guess. They both feel like they don't belong, and they both feel like they're kind of not accepted and lonely, and they stay with each other. They share that loneliness with each other, as the lyrics in this said. It was so beautiful. The singer made me feel something. The lyrics made me feel something, and then seeing this art style with this kind of like whimsical, like children's illustrated book style, it was stunning. It was amazing, and I really want more of this. The ending definitely gave me an insight into the kind of dynamic that these two characters have. I was getting that kind of feeling as well with the first and second openings that I checked out, but this ending definitely cemented the relationship that I believe these two have, where you know, in one of the endings we see the little shadow guy kind of going through a crowd looking all sad, and then he shows up, like the kid, and you know, becomes friends with him. So I'm guessing that that's kind of what was being emphasized on in this ending as well. And, you know, having the imagery of, you know, him being by himself, the little shadow guy, looking in, you know, looking at his reflection, not being happy, you know, two days of bearing such heavy burdens, and then seeing the kid, like this little guy. You can put the hard stuff off till later, because the night is awaiting lonesome little me, as it's showing the shadow again. And then the beautiful sky, don't let me feel so torn. Immediately, please don't call it loneliness. And, you know, the kids cheering up the little shadow. It's so beautiful. It's so well done. It tells you such a really touching story through very simple imagery. Like, it's not doing anything crazy. It's literally just showing you what it's trying to show you. It's not doing it through metaphor. It's not doing it through any kind of like imagery whatsoever. It's just showing you straight up, but with this very beautiful style, this very beautiful song, and this very touching whole package. It's very stunningly done. And I swear, like, Ranking of Kings has some of the most emotional openings and endings I've ever seen. Like, opening number 2 for Ranking of Kings, it, like, if I had the reaction on the channel for openings 1 and 2 of Ranking of Kings, I started crying when I was watching opening number 2. Ending number 1, any other day, if I was watching the actual series, by the time I get to episode number 4, episode number 5, this would probably have me crying every ending. Like, I'd probably be at the point where I'd be dreading the ending coming up because I'd know I'm about to be become an emotional wreck. Like that, I can just tell that's what I'd be like checking out this this ending with the episodes as they're airing or as I'm watching them. But Ranking of Kings is definitely a series I also want to check out. I know I said that just like an ending ago with Dorohedoro, but Ranking of Kings I have had on my to watch list on my anime list for quite a while now. I've had Ranking of Kings because it's looked like a very interesting series that initially I knew nothing about, but I love the art style. I love how it just looked, and everything about it just looked really intriguing to me, considering it's nothing like I've ever checked out before. So I just always wanted to check it out, and you know, now maybe I should also get around to that sometime soon. This skybox as well is stunning. Everything about it, like the kind of grainy, like mint kind of color that's present throughout the entire ending, you know, like that, this kind of shade of green can kind of be like good and bad, because you know it can kind of be like a sickly kind of color, but it can also be like, you know, this hopeful color. Like you can present it in either way. So the fact that this color is present throughout with the lyrics, it's a little worrisome, you know, considering that it can kind of be good or bad, but I think it's kind of meant in like a positive sense here with the color. Like it's kind of supposed to be hopeful, and you know, the very obviously green is go kind of imagery where, you know, characters are moving on to better things, and yeah, overall this was an absolutely stunning ending, and I do really think that Ranking of Kings has some of the best openings and endings out there for sure. I'm wondering if we're going to get ending 2 in this video. If we do, that would be fun, because then, you know, that's both openings 1 to 2 and endings 1 to 2 that I've checked out. But absolutely, like, phenomenal ending, and I cannot praise this enough as a total package of just making me feel something, because they have done it so well, and yeah, great job to the team that delivered this. Holy shit. But I think now we're going to move on to the final ending for this video on YouTube. I will be recording more immediately after this, and there will be a part 2 for this, so you know, stay tuned for that. It'll hopefully be up shortly on YouTube. Leave a like if you're enjoying the video so far, comment letting me know what your favorite ending in this part has been so far, and you know, what your favorite ending from the 2020s is, and you know, subscribe if you haven't already. You know, consider subscribing, consider sharing with a friend who might enjoy this video, and yeah, we're just gonna blast straight on to the next one. So let's see what we get. Yet again, the visual art style, everything looks so beautiful here. It is Ranking of Kings again, okay. Again, it just looks like it was illustrated by... Holy shit. Oh, is it a paper crown? I never noticed. It looks like a paper crown. Oh, and the way he's chasing it for him, he's like, he doesn't want it to get lost. That's so cute. Reaching for it. That's adorable. Holy shit. Look at them. Oh my god, this art style is incredible. And I love how like epic this song sounds. It has to be you. Like, this looks like a moving illustrated book. Like, holy shit. Is this all done with marker? Because holy shit. Well, this looks like painting now. Aww, he caught it before it went off the cliff. Aww, that's so cute. Aww, that's so cute. This is the second ending for Ranking of Kings, Flare by... Oh, okay, who did the second Vinland Saga ending? Yeah, this was absolutely stunning. I think that the choice to kind of, yet again, kind of have this children's illustrated book kind of look to it was a very clever one, because it's familiar, I guess. But you know, everything about it is also very different from the first one. Like we get this kind of marker style where everything looks like it's colored in with markers so intricately, because anytime there's any kind of movement, we see that it's been redrawn. The endings for Ranking of Kings look like they've been made with so much love, so much creativity, so much passion. The way that everything has been drawn individually, it's such a joy to watch. It's such a joy to see. And the fact that more of a showcase of the relationship that the two of them have. So the little shadow guys up late at night, you know, making breakfast, making dinner. I don't know what it is he's making, but it looks like either some sort of soup, stew, honey. I don't know. It's like yellow. It looks like a like picture Winnie the Pooh eating honey. It looks like that kind of texture. But then, you know, the little crown blows away, and I hadn't noticed until now that it's a paper crown. I thought that it was kind of like a real crown, like this actual crown, but I guess it's maybe a paper crown, and it's kind of like metaphoric of like how fragile a paper crown is. A paper crown, it can look like the real deal and it can feel like the real deal for the person wearing it, but it's fragile and it can be torn, it can be worn out. And I guess maybe that's kind of maybe what it's kind of trying to represent here. But then, you know, seeing the little shadow guy chase after it because he knows that it's important to the main character, it's very touching. It's very very insightful into how he feels about the how the little shadow guy feels about the main character. I think it's so cute. He just chases after it and he makes sure that he can bring it back to him because he knows it's important, and if it's important to him, it's important to the little shadow guy. Like that's kind of the feeling I got from this, and it was so stunning, it was so beautiful, and I would not change a thing about this because it was incredible. The song yet again made like hit those emotional highs. It made me feel like kind of like the first one did, where it was like it was very heartfelt and I was feeling very like touched emotionally. But then we kind of get this big triumphant crash as I guess it reaches the chorus of the track. The art style kind of changes again then when we see that, where we see the little shadow guy ready to throw hands, and the main character with his little sword ready to fight as this big thug is coming at him. And you know, there's this real beautiful like kind of like paper style like drawing or like kind of cutout of like a sun being represented in the background, and you know they're like throwing hands, they're running away, and it just looks very very cute and it looks really well done. And I love that every time, especially this shot right here where we see it moving and the cape is blowing and you can tell that it's been drawn, every flap of the cape, like it's all been drawn so frame by frame, and it's incredible. It is so beautiful. Even here, the clouds, there's little like specks in the clouds that are coming in and out, like, so it's like every single thing has been drawn, redrawn for every single frame of this ending, and it's so stunning. Like I don't know how they did it because it looks so beautiful. This song is so beautiful, and it's an absolute joy to see this here. I don't know, I don't have the words to describe how impressive an ending like this is, but it's absolutely so incredible, and they did a phenomenal job here. I cannot give enough praise whatsoever to the team behind these endings, as well as the openings. The openings as well were phenomenal. Some of the best I've seen for sure. I really don't have enough praise for it. So, you know, great job to everyone involved. Both I'm not sure if it's milet or milet that did the track for this. I don't know how to pronounce that, but they did a great job here as well. Like the song is so moving. It's every single track that I checked out for Ranking of Kings has been so moving in like different ways. Sometimes opening number 1 wasn't exactly an emotional one, it was kind of like a joyful kind of, you know, fun one, but it definitely made me feel that sense of joy, adventure, everything like that. But everything else since has kind of been like very sad, emotional, and they've done a great job here because it's also like made me feel an attachment, even though I haven't seen the show or read the manga. I have an attachment to these two characters already. Like, I want them to be happy. I want them to fulfill each other's dreams. I want them to be by each other's sides and to make each other happy. Like, I just want to see them continue with that kind of dynamic. So, you know, that if it's made me feel that for a series that I haven't even seen before, that's really crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I think that's maybe going to do it for this video today. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, please subscribe, please consider leaving a comment, letting me know your favorite ending from this video and what your favorite ending from the 2020s is. And of course, part 2 will be up very soon, and I hope that you can check it out too. So, you know, keep an eye out for that. Subscribe, ring the bell on the channel if you want to, you know, be notified when I upload. Follow my Twitter at x.com/Jasmer_tweets, and, you know, follow my Twitch where I'm streaming this right now. I am live right now, as you can see from Twitch chat. I am live. This is being streamed live at twitch.tv I can't speak, at twitch.tv/Jasmer/Jasmer. So, you know, if you want to see these live, you can check me out there. But yeah, I will be back very soon, and I hope that you have a great day. Take care.